passion back in the workforce. We need to put passion back in our organization. And we owe it, as leaders in our organization, to put that passion back into the environment. But we're here and we're about inventing a new world of work. And why is that? Because we know that the work is changing. And how is that changing? We're saying that there's a white-collar revolution going on here. And that white-collar revolution is going to affect people like you and I. 90% of the jobs that we do today, your job and my job included, by the year 2012 will have either been erratically gone or they would have changed dramatically. And all we have to do is open our eyes and look around. I travel a lot. I go into the airport now, and they used to go up to the ticket counter and they would smile, ask you all these questions, give you your boarding pass, take your luggage. Now they have these kiosks there. You take your frequent flyer card, you stick it in there, you get your boarding pass, you take care of your own luggage, and you keep going. Those smiling faces that I've been seeing through the Cincinnati airport will soon be gone. And think about anything that you're doing right now and figure out, is my job still going to be the same way it was yesterday? I don't think so. I listened to Tom talk about the changes that he made in his organization. You all are talking about document imaging. You're talking about OCR. You're talking about workflow. We are talking about changing the work that we do. You can have all the cultural revolutions that you want to have in your organization, but I got to tell you something. You have all of these revivals if you want to, and then people come back and they sit down at their desk and they do the same job they've been doing. What's changed? Okay? This is about the work, and the work has to change, and we owe it to people to change. And by the way, there is no opt-out button. It's not like the email. You can't take it off the list. You're in a Kairos moment right now. You cannot go back, and you cannot afford to stand still. So the only thing you can do now is change your organization. Here's what Tom said. He said, look, I have wrestled with this issue for years, hunting for the answer to the question, how do today's white-collar workers, that's you and me, transform ourselves much as yesterday's factory workers and longshoremen did? That work has changed. The blue-collar work has changed. The technological revolution is going to make our work change. So here's what we're telling people. There's 5 transformations that organizations need to deal with. And I'll breeze through these quickly. First one's departments to professional service firms. Departments are not places of entitlement anymore. If I ask this question and say, I've got good news and bad news for you today. The bad news is your department is going away. The good news is I'm going to let you bid it back. Now, do you know the value of a department? Can you add enough value? Do you know how to outsource yourself and bid back and get that work back? There has to be, managers have to turn into leaders. We need leadership in all organizations. Organizations are changing, business is changing too fast for there to be command control. People at every level of the organization, whether you're the receptionist or the janitor, the CEO or the director, needs to take leadership in order to get the work done in organizations today. Work assignments to wild projects, we're going to talk about it. If you're doing mundane work, you're dead. And you've got to figure out why you're doing that mundane work. There's too much technology out here to take that mundane work out. And when technology wrings out the mundane work, what is there left for us to do? Anything? Changes. Projects. That's the work that's going to be left for us to do. And employers, there's a new contract on the table. We are now brand new professionals. The only thing I can offer to somebody is the talent and skill set that I have. We call that our talent development and distinction. And you develop your talent and your skill set, and you work for an organization who values your talent and skill set for as long as there's a match.